In case you are a holder of Viking, like myself, VKTX, and you are wondering why the stock is going down, you might want to read this article. You see who it's written by? Something Monkey. I forget what the hell they call themselves, these bird brains. Great article. I believe this is the article that explains how one of the drugs they're working on lowers blood sugar in diabetics. This is huge, people. The people who are selling, in my heart of hearts, I think are going to deeply regret selling. I had an opportunity. I made an announcement here when I bought shares at $2.50 a share. Not too much later, it went to $99.40 a share. I did not sell one share. Why? They're obesity drugs at the same stage clinical trial that Novo Nordisk and J&J was with the drugs they already have approved. Spanked the drugs those two already had approved. Their results were so much better. The pill form they're working on, so much better. This lowering blood sugar, on its own, if they don't get bought out, today it's worth every penny of $150 a share. I have a shitload of shares. I would have collected about $120,000 or more had I sold at $99. Sick money. I sold none. I don't regret it. Given the opportunity to do it again, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sell it. Now you're going to say, well, what do you mean you wouldn't sell it? You could sell it and then you could have bought it back and bought twice as many shares. No. Sorry, my friends. There's no guarantee, if I were to sell it, that it would have dropped into the upper 40s. No guarantee. And then I run the risk of missing out on where I think it's going, a minimum of $250 a share. If you are ever wondering where Viking might go, look up Ligand Pharmaceutical, LGND. Look when it went from a penny stock to over $100 a share, well over $100 a share, on close to no news. Ligand is a peon company compared to Viking. Ligand is not 1/1,000,000th as good a company compared to Viking. I owned Ligand. I made good money on Ligand. I didn't make the highest potential. Another reason why? I'm not getting out of Viking too early. I got out of a shitty company compared to Viking, Ligand, LGND, way too early. Way too early. I learned from my lesson. You got to let these puppies run. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I got to let these puppies run. I ain't got to worry about short-term gains. And short-term meaning in less than 5 years. Those are short-term gains. So do yourself a favor. Read this. In fact, it's so cheap now. Read it and show it to your financial advisor. He or she might actually have a set of balls between their legs and brains in between their ears. Highly unlikely. Most of them have no balls and no brains. If you're not talking to them, Microsoft, if you're not talking Amazon, if you're not talking Netflix, if you're not talking Costco, they're not interested. No balls, no brains.